All right, everybody, and welcome back to the KSR YouTube channel. And we've got an update on a car that you guys may have seen in the background. You've been wondering about. All right, so you guys have already figured out that I'm doing a voiceover. And what had happened was I downloaded these videos into my computer and they didn't have audio. And I can't re-record this because, as you guys are going to see here in just a second, Steve Morris is in this video. So we've got a little bit of a problem. I got to do something to talk about what Steve and I was talking about when he was at the shop, talking about this new project we're about to embark on. But the GoPros didn't cooperate. Well, it's actually just one GoPro, and it's actually my external media mod that apparently screwed up and put me in this predicament. But we're going to try to make some lemonade out of some lemons and see what we can come up with and see if we can pull this off one way or another. So stay tuned because it might be kind of funny what's about to happen here. All right, well, let's see what I can pull off here. And we're talking about this black Camaro that you guys have seen in the back of the shop, or back of several of the videos. And right now, it's got a new owner. And the new owners are standing right behind the camera. And it's Steve and his wife, Val. So you guys know Steve. Hey, Steve, nice wave. Good to see you. Yep, But, yeah, I don't remember what I said here. But, oh, Steve, yeah, hey, it's nice in Florida. The weather's nice. It's cold up. And so we were down here on sick week working on Sugar Mama, the race car. And we saw this car sitting in the background, and Val likes it. And this is Val. I'm going to point at her again in case you guys didn't know. That's Val. That's my wife. And back when we met, she was actually faster. She had a faster car than I did. And this is Steve talking. This isn't Kevin voicing over for Steve. This is definitely Steve talking. But she wants to go maybe get into a newer car that can go faster than what Sugar Mama can. And so something that was funny right there. Laughing. Ha. And so anyway, Kevin, we see this Camaro over here, and we heard you reached out to me and told me that the car might be for sale. Yep, I did do that. So Steve, yep, you called me and then you worked it out with the customer. Yes, I did do that. And now, yeah, Steve, you own this Camaro. And this car is one we had been working on for a good little while, and the owner, Spencer, who was building it, decided to change directions on some stuff, and he's going to be doing something a little different. And I really don't remember what I was saying here, but anyway, the opportunity presented itself for Steve to buy into a car that's already got a 25.3 chassis in it. And as you guys know, Steve builds some pretty wild engines. Oh, that was good timing on the head nod there. And, yep, we agree. Steve built some wild engines. Yep. And we're going to put one of those wild engines in that Camaro. Yep, that one that I just drew the circle around with my hand. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So there's a whole bunch of parts over there that come with the car. There's some wheels and tires. Yep, I pointed at those. The taillights come too. Yep, that's a good thing. The rear bumper. Oh, that's a good thing. Yep, we need taillights because the car's going to be a drag and drive car. Right, Kevin? Yep, Yep. So, Kevin, does this thing come with an engine? No, Steve, it doesn't come with an engine. I wonder. Should I put one of my SMXs in this thing, or should I put an SML? I don't remember what I was actually saying right here, but hey, let's go really fast and put one of your billet engines in it. So one thing you guys may not know, and you're about to find out, is Steve and I have actually known each other for probably 15 years. And my good buddy Will had one of Steve's engines in his Outlaw Drag Radial Camaro and was actually Steve's fastest customer for quite a long time. Will's car went as quick as 418 at 182 in the 8th mile back in 2008 or 9, I believe it was. And, you know, kind of known Steve for a while. And now it's pretty cool. We get to work on a project together. So I'm super excited about it. I don't remember what I was saying here in real time because this happened a few days ago. But anyways, we're going to show you some of the parts that the car comes with. And then Steve is going to be sending us down some stuff to get the car probably mocked up with turbos and engine and transmission. But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. Yep. Yep. I'll send you down something. Okay. Well, cool. Yep. This is the car. You guys see it there on the screen. And there's my hand pointing at the car. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break in and show you guys some real-time stuff that comes with the car, because I at least know that I can do that. All right, well, now we're cutting in, and hopefully there's actually audio this time. And actually, if there wouldn't be audio, I have enough time to re-record this now because I'm in the shop way early. You can see it's dark outside the windows over there. Came in to get this part of the video knocked out before everybody comes in and gets started today. But figured I'd show you guys some of the parts that we are using for the Steve Morse Camaro build, or at least all the parts that he bought with the car, because maybe you're new and haven't seen some of the old videos of the car as it progressed on its build. We didn't film everything with this car just because it was kind of, I guess, kind of a fill-in project. You know, as some more money came in, we would work on it. And to try and keep the consistency for YouTube on a project like that is a little bit difficult. Where, like, what I'm trying to do with the old Cutlass here, ow! What I'm trying to do with the Cutlass here is do a consistent, at least one video a week on Sundays, and then, you know, maybe a filler video in the middle of the week if things go well and I get enough time to put some extra hours on it midweek. So, 25.3 Camaro. I even stuck one of the wheels and tires up under it. So that is the 315 15 Mickey Thompson drag radial. Yeah, 315/60 R15. So we're gonna make Steve a radial guy. Which actually, when I met Steve way back 15 years ago, he had the Boostmaster wagon on a radial tire, and we were down at Orlando racing the World Street Nationals. We were there racing with Will's car, and he was in some of the early radial tire racing stuff. So we're bringing Steve back to his roots with a radial tire. And we also have a set of 15x12s with 275s on them. There's the front runners. These are 15x14s. And since there's no tubs in it, because they're sitting over there on the floor, carbon fiber tubs, you can see just how much room we've got. Yeah, she kind of swallows up a 315. And you can see the bolt maybe sticking out right there somewhere. That's where the AFCO shocks hang. So they actually stick into the wheel well, because the wheel well is going to go all the way up flat against the frame section there, and then the tub will be on the bottom of this bar. We've had them mocked up, and we have to make some filler pieces to actually go between the outer tub and the body. So it'll get glued in, you know, with some kind of panel bond or something. But the car has steel floor pans in the floor, and then they wrap up to there. From here back is carbon, and then carbon transmission tunnel already fit to the car. We have not finished the carbon work back there. You can see we've used some of the strips. We got all those cool strips from Tin Soldiers race cars. So we have not fit the carbon pieces though that bolt in there. So we've got the driver's side seat mounted, and it is a containment seat, which you guys really know we like using containment seats. Prefer race techs, but when we were originally building the car, Spencer wanted exactly what Mullet had in it, and that's the seat that's in Mullet. So the side over here will get threaded inserts at different places so that we will be able to, well, the original plan was to have an air-to-water intercooler, and the air-to-water tank was going to be under the seat, and then the seat was going to bolt to that intercooler. Well, with Steve's deal, pretty sure we are going with a dual fuel system, just like we had done in Mullet, and that will be a, you know, pump gas on one set of injectors, and then when it flips to the big boy injectors, the big alcohol injectors, that will be another set, and it'll completely switch fuel systems just like we do in Soccer Mom and Mullet and some other cars. So all the firewall is pretty well done. You can actually see some of the wiring has been started. Those holes down there are for the EGTs. You can see how the frame rail actually sticks through the floor, like that's part of the tubular roll cage chassis work. We do still have some filler panels to make there, but that's no big deal. The rear end for the car is this really pretty TRZ floater 9-inch housing. And if you don't know what a floater is, basically the outer hub bolts onto, you can see this is threaded here. So the hub goes on here and is captured. There's an inner bearing and an outer bearing, and then it gets captured by a nut. So then the axle itself, drive shaft can, third member, the axle itself is this monstrous piece. So splined on one end, splined on the other. And if this were to break, the wheel will not fly off the car. It's actually a requirement for when you start going really fast. And the idea with this car eventually was to actually put an SMX in it. So we were building it kind of for that power level. And now the guy who invented the SMX is going to be owning the car and campaigning it. So a couple other little things. We got some really nice four-way adjustable AFCO shocks. It's got high and low speed extension and compression dampening. These are the front struts, which we'll have to show you some of the trickery involved with that. It's got a wishbone right there. We're going to be doing an air pump system for the boost controller, as well as maybe some other stuff. We've got a hitch there because, you know, drag and drive car, duh. All of our control arms and anti-roll bar end links all been powder coated. There's our control arms there. I actually got some seat belts because the plan was for this car to make SICK Week this year. Like that was the plan towards the middle of last year. We were going to thrash on it and knock it out and get it done. Plans change. Now its goal is for SICK Week 2025. But the street fuel cell has already been, I would say 90% completed. You can kind of see our custom fuel hat sticking out. And we make that so that it can be tight against the, like the fuel cell will be tight against those bars, or at least as tight as we can get it. And then you can see through the middle of the tube where the carbon will attach. So all that will kind of work itself out with how all of that's gonna space down and have the fuel cell as high as we can get it, at least in the back of the car. The tubes across the back, which aren't normal for race cars, that is to protect the fuel cell, the street fuel cell, if the car were ever to wheelie. Because that's a possibility with a drag radial car, because drag radials and wheelie bars don't mix. Because if a car gets up on a wheelie bar with a drag radial, it's gonna rocket the back tires off of it, spin, and then when it can lead to the car getting way out of control. but the argument can be made maybe that's better than having a huge wheelie, but consensus is no. But this is the anti-roll bar. Huge girth Brooks unit from TRZ Motorsports. There's actually an inner tube in there. And this is a billet flange that they machine in-house. And then an outer tube out there. So double wall anti-roll bar. These are the arms for it here. Blingy blingy. See, they slide on right there. I promise it slides on. Oh yeah, there we go. And then the mounts, where it mounts to the chassis, go to the inside of it there. So that's what these are here. But lots of cool stuff that we've got to do. Oh, we got a fire system in the box down there. But that's enough I've added to this video. You'll see a lot of the same stuff in Steve's video if you didn't already see Steve's video. But we're excited to do this project. It's going to be really cool to see somebody like Steve and Val campaigning this thing and going out and going real fast with it. The car will be legal for Modified Street, which is where Mullet and Brett LaSala run. You know, running with those guys is going to be a feat. Like they both run really well and really fast, and shouldn't be any reason why this thing can't go that fast with a big nasty billet big block in it. Or is it going to be a billet SML? Stay tuned to find out. But right now, the video is going to go back to where Steve and I went out to the Gator Nationals and hung out with Clay Milliken. Steve actually used to be involved in the NHRA world back probably in the 90s, 2000s. I think it was the 90s he was telling me. And it had been a while since he had been out and really got to be hands-on like we get to be with Clay, which is really awesome. And actually, I came home with some souvenirs from the Gator Nationals. Humongous connecting rod and blower belt and a piston that my old buddy Clay signed for me. And yeah, I am still as much of a fan as I was before. So let's get out to the Gainesville Raceway, and appreciate all you guys watching, and subscribe if you're new and following along with the Steve Morse build. We would certainly appreciate the subscribe, and give us a like and a comment on the video, and we'll see if we can rock this thing out for you.
We made it to the racetrack just in time for warm-up. So he's got fuel pump lever left hand, brake lever right hand. Leans out and smooths up. So yeah, he's tailoring the
controlling fuel.
Yeah, he's got a gauge. I think it's a flow rate. Like on his dash, he's got a flow rate, and he's trying to tune that because that's what they do like their burnout on, and like he could tell you more. But like that's all got to do with, you saw him playing with it. Like first it was get it on nitro, and then he's playing with it to set a certain flow rate for them to do their job back there.
Gotcha. And that's how you, that's the fuel line last.